Hello class, this is CYB-404 Module 8, which I'll be going over. So I am going to briefly go over the assignment instructions. I won't go over everything. So in this lab, you will be securing the basic web server for Module 7 with TLS and SSL in Python. I recommend using the socket creation function from Python SSL library to create a secure socket over which you can transmit data. I have included some other resources at the bottom of this lab manual to help you think through the ways to set up certificate. So, if you go past how to submit the documentation to where it says right here, server code is all contained in a file called Web Secure Server, in this video I will be walking you through on the demo of the code and working the secure web server. So let me bring this up. So this is my secure web client server. Of course, the first part is the shebang. That's what we'll be using, the Python 3. And then in line 3, this is the parsing command line arguments. And then next will be the sys, which accesses the Python runtime. Next will be the OS, which imports the OS model for file path operations. And then next is using the HTTP server, which uses HTTP. And then we'll be using the socket, which creates a network socket into this server. And then next will be the SSL, which is a secure socket layer, imports the SSL module. And then next is def main, which is the main function. So in the main function is the parsing argument and added argument in the port that it'll be using. Also with the instructions and the port to use for HTTPS. So these are the lines used to create the arguments, so the command line will be defined. And then next will be getting the absolute path to the directory containing the script, and the script's directory path, which is in the OS path. Name, directory name, its total path, the correct path to go to. And then creating a regular HTTP server connection. So this is just another way of creating the connection to the HTTP. So you can see in there, it goes through the server address, and uses also the simple handler request. Next will be the load the self-signing certificates and key, and these will be the ones that you made within key, which is your server key PIM, and the server key. It's a server cert PIM and the server key PIM. I'm sorry about that. And then next is the SSL, the secure socket layer, and its transport layer service server, the path that it'll go to. And then after it does that, it'll go into wrap HTTP server with SSL and TLS, which creates a HTTPS certificate. So this, basically your self-signing certs is what helps create the connection for TLS. The next is a message when the server is up, right there, and then the next part will be the connection. Here is loop, but it can be disconnected with a keyboard interruption. Then the last is able to check if it's being run with the main, also the sys to exit the script. So basically it's pulling your main arguments, and also it can exit the script if it has to. So this is the code that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And to provide you an example, as it states right here in the next part. It says, use Wireshark to capture the packets sent between the example client and your server and show how the packets are indeed secure to prevent MITIM attacks, man-in-the-middle time attacks. So that is why Wireshark is really good, because it allows you to know if your packets are being captured. So what we'll do is we'll start Wireshark. Okay, so in this one I'm going to use loopback. This is going to help me capture my packets. Next, I'm going to go to where my code is working. I will use sudo python so as you can see, I'm using port 443. I'm going to minimize that and move this over so you can see. So I'm using, this will be the browser that I'll be using. Okay. So we'll connect this by using HTTPS. And as you can see right there in the Wireshark, let's stop it. As soon as I connect it to this, you can see that it's created the connection right here. Go TLS, just sending right here to the same IP. You can see right here. And it lets you know it created that transport layer secure socket. And also, no packets are being visible like before in the previous code. You can see the message right down in this part of the server, but in here it's being protected, obviously, and you can see it's created a secure connection. That is the good thing about creating signing certs and digital certs in general that use that type of connection. And also I want to mention, if you go HTTP, it shows that the connection to the web server is also being protected, because in the previous one HTTP would have shown everything. And that's why you got to go TLS to see the connection to the client. At this time, this concludes my video. I hope this was helpful information. Everybody have a good night. Thank you.